Morning, everybody. We're going to go live. John just got here and going to discuss a couple of things that did happen and see if what the understanding is of all this. Stand by for just a second.
I signed the petition online already. On the free Melissa Lucio page? Yeah. Then you should be getting the email updates. There's two things to do. So really it's visibility. And there's going to be a showing of the film here sometime soon. And there's a bunch of us going up to San Antonio for a big march tomorrow. And then Austin. Are we still doing Austin?
We're going to have to look into that one. I'm actually speaking with Jeff Leach about that as well too. So we're gonna have to take a really deep look into that one.
No, that's fine. All they have to do is
I mean Jeff. I mean hearing from Jeff Leach is a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? That's just
who's Jeff Leach?
The Republican, the one that's held the meeting in the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's the man with the power right now. So. But anyhow, like you said, ma'am. I mean, if you feel like you could support my mother through spreading the, I mean, there's the awareness is there, but I mean, it's everywhere. But that'll be very awesome. We thank you for coming forward and.
Can I get a picture together? Sure.
I can be.
All right, right here. 1, 2, ready, set. Got it.
So is that what brought you out?
That young lady who just stopped by on the right there, she's a law student and she came by to see if there's anything she can do on her behalf to help John and help Melissa. We'll be talking to John in just a second here.
Everything has been peaceful, so we were like, okay. Yeah, we're not here to cause any problems. We're not here to get loud. We're not here to upset anybody either. We're just here to show support for my mother-in-law. That's to get, to try to reach the people in there, to take a very, deep consideration, look into her case, review her case again. Everybody knows there was a lot of things that were left out, a lot of that could have been used to help her, and they weren't. So that's all we're here for. And we appreciate you. We're from Harlingen also. We live there, so we appreciate.
Yeah, I had emailed you. I had tried to message them. I don't think they really like that. But I would take my message every day. So.
How long have you been following
Right now they're just asking her John's asking, how long have you been following, and just some chit chat back and forth. So as soon as he's done there, we'll get into what happened this morning, because he's been told to be careful as well. We'll get into that in a minute.
Like they say, a lot of that sentence and that, it's not an execution, not a solution. It's just executing more families. It's really sad. So I'm not forward. Back then I would have said yes. Now it's today. I'm seeing my mother and her being on death row has really been an impact, and it's made us sick. Literally, it's hard. So I wouldn't want death row for him either. Maybe life in prison, but at least it's their family. as per right now, everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything just seems to be going like real smooth for my mother. Just this most recent week has been so powerful. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just these past 3 days was just so amazing. I don't know if you're aware of all the.
Yeah, I saw where you guys speak concerns. Really hope he does take a look into it. Um, and well, we've been following it, like I said. The place I work, neither one was told that your mom was guilty.
Yeah. I mean, and like I shared with everybody too, my mother is guilty of other little things that she's already kind of served her time for. Basically neglect. Maybe being the mother she was, not being the perfect mother. I mean
Is it really anybody who could
no, no, well, definitely.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of recording a conversation that he's having with somebody who just walked up on the scene and said they wanted to help. She's a law student. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit down here. I'm trying to shield the microphone. But yeah, it's just somebody who wanted to offer help, anything that they can do to help the situation. She's a law student, and so they're just chit chatting a little bit. We haven't started the official conversation with John just yet.
So I'm going to ask Dulce about the conversation she had with an officer.
All right, we're live here. How you doing? This is Dulce, and your name is Mark, and you guys are here obviously supporting Melissa Lucio.
We're the family, that's right.
And what do you guys know about what happened today or this morning or anything at all?
About what
The
happened.
press conference was supposed to happen, and then it's not going to happen.
Oh, I'm not exactly sure how I came about. Maybe Abraham,
Okay.
All I know is we can say our time is giving its, let's say, rewards because we are being heard. We are being talked about in the building, which is such an amazing thing because
Yeah.
this is how it starts.
Oh, he said something about you spoke with an officer
I
or something.
spoke with somebody, yes.
Yeah. Not going to say who. We're not going to drop names or anything.
No.
But how did that go?
He approached me, which is the good. I think I could say that's the best thing that has happened right now today, um, and a confirmation that we are being mentioned inside the building.
Yeah.
Because there's comments as sir, they are at it again.
Oh boy. Okay. We know what that means.
We know what that means, and I think that's one of the biggest comments that shows that it's worth it. It was worth me and my kids being walking up and down and getting people's attention inside the building because as Mark and I, that was the objective.
Did they allow you to walk in with the signs and everything?
No, we didn't walk inside. We
Okay, just
here,
outside here. Okay, gotcha.
We were handing out flyers. My kids were handing out flyers. Um, we were asked to, after a while of it, they asked, hey, don't bother the employees.
Right.
We never did, and we respected that, but we still had our freedom of just walking up and down, having them read, watch the film and free Melissa Lucio, which is what we're here for.
That's awesome. Appreciate you guys showing some support, and we're going to talk to John here in just a minute.
Yeah, we're here with the family trying to support.
Yeah. Yeah, that lady just came by and said, I'm a law student. Is there anything I can do to help you guys or help the family? And some kind of support. Yeah, so he's talking to her right now. They're
he actually has a lot of projects that he's in regards to it. He's still on the process of confirming because we're both from Hidalgo County.
Oh, okay.
So it takes a while for us to come out here.
Yeah.
But it's all going to be worth it at the end.
Yeah.
Positive, and we're just holding on that he has gonna confirm on that side. And we're gonna get word.
Yeah, we got some
awesome
professors that are joining in. Some of them have suggested even doing some film screenings of the documentary at the university campus. So that's a plus,
Yeah.
And, next week we have a screening that we're hosting there in McAllen, and we're going to be doing that every week. Trying to get the word out.
I'm trying to get one of those going here in Brownsville too, at the Cinemark Theater or one of the theaters around here. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
something that like I've told him, okay, that's a big thing on that side of the county because over there we never heard about the case.
Mm.
So we are basically he organized for me and my kids and him to be in it was what Nolana and
Yeah.
10
Just holding up
and
signs. Just to go around.
basically holding up signs and the traffic was heavy and a lot of
Yeah.
people were like saying there's this case and we were able to get the word all the way over there which is
That's awesome.
more it means more people signing petitions.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what we're trying to
And
do.
that's
absolutely.
what
Yeah,
we're
I've been pushing that on my show. Go sign. There's like 2 or 3 petitions out there.
Yeah.
Takes a minute just to sign them all. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Thank you, man, for all the
Awesome.
support. Thank you for the platform and stuff.
I'm trying. Whatever I can do. It's not as much as what Abraham and his people are doing, and you guys too. But
Yeah, man.
a little bit from everybody. A little bit from everybody can
makes
go a
a
long
big
way.
difference.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys.
All right, we're here. We're here.
Thank you. So yes, they were told by an officer of the court that they're talking in here and they're starting their crap. So you know what that means? That a certain side is starting their crap, and he's not going to say who it is or any of that. We're not going to drop names, but that's definitely good news.
Let's
So
go and talk a little bit about what we're doing here and what we've done here, and then we'll talk. We're gonna go and share a little bit.
yep.
Mark. Morning.
Go close here in the case space of the buildings behind us.
Gotcha.
Hi, everybody.
Contacted him and
He was actually the first one that got it started. Oh, really? I ended up jumping in.
I went into the Hidalgo basically and I had some
Just to try to get everybody to speak up.
Yes.
Wendy started picking up a little bit.
Bring it with that side facing this way.
They started approaching.
Everybody step aside while they bring the banner through. Keep facing that way. Bring that end over here. I want it.
So you want this part showing.
Perfect. Now everybody come stand on this side. Oh, this side. Where's our friend from Telemundo?
That's cool. That's awesome.
Well, the guy that's running that camera, I think he's in that car. We'll give it a moment. Not that we're doing anything big or special. We're just going to share it a bit. But we're going to wait for the camera to turn on.
Yeah, I want my sanitizer shown. Because I have it like this.
Your charge.
All right, it's going to be about 30 seconds. We're waiting for because Telemundo is here as well, covering, and they want to do a story, continuing story. So he just went to his car for a minute, and he's headed back. So we'll be hearing from John and the family just about a minute.
No? Hello, everybody that's watching on Manny's show, I'm Abe Bonowitz, the director of Death Penalty Action, and we're here in front of the Cameron County Courthouse, and we've been here repeatedly since Melissa Lucio received her execution date to ask the district attorney in Cameron County to withdraw the execution warrant and reinvestigate the case. Because we believe that if they do, they'll find that no crime occurred, that there's an answer for Mariah's injuries that does not have to do with anybody's negligence, and there was no crime, and therefore there should be no charge, and therefore Melissa Lucio should come home immediately.
Right.
Right? Now, it's not just me and it's not just Death Penalty Action. All we have done is stand up to support Melissa Lucio's family, who wanted to have their voice amplified, who wanted to do something. And that's why we're here. This is John Lucio.
Hello.
And his wife Michelle. And I'm sorry I forgot your name. Anna Marie, who is local and just came up she heard this was happening and came to meet today, and she's going to be doing some action. Here's Charles Keith, also with Death Penalty Action, and Mark Vasquez and Dulce Lara, who have been, Mark and Dulce, and we're missing Susan, who is also, she's a local Brownsville person, and she has been among the leadership team here with Mark and Dulce, and they have been here in front of the Cameron County Prosecutor's Office, and the courthouse, and the administrative offices for 2 weeks now. When we started doing this particular everyday vigil. And on Wednesday, we got what we were looking for, which was an opportunity to speak, John, to speak with the district attorney. John, do you want to share a little bit about that?
Sure. So, about speaking with the district attorney was a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It was very, very important because in the most recent conference with the legal team and the Pro Board of Pardons, there was actually exhibit paperwork done about the 4 jurors that had came forward, basically regretting sending my mother to a death row. And so I remembered that District Attorney Sines had highly honored and respected the decision of the 12 jurors. So, I mean, whenever I heard about the 4 jurors, it just clicked in my head. I mean, now, I'm sure Mr. Louis Sines, that highly honored the 12 jurors, will maybe want to relook at this, because now 4 of the 12 have said what they said, and I'm pretty sure Louis Sines will honor that as well. So I mean, it's not just 1 or 2; it's actually 4, and they've even signed a declaration, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I did have that conversation with him. I asked him if he could please reconsider it. I asked him, I just basically told him, I mean, I'm here fighting for my mother's life, and I don't want her dead, and I want her to come home where she belongs. I mean, she's been incarcerated 15 years, and I mean, she should have never been incarcerated. I mean, especially with the former district attorney, Armando Villalobos, and his corruption and his federal prison time that he has done, and just everything that was going on at those times. So, I mean, Louis Sines was cooperative. He spoke with me. I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable speaking with him. I'm sure he felt comfortable speaking with me as well. And we shook hands, and that's how it ended. And he said he will. He's looking into this case.
That's awesome.
Which is good news.
Absolutely. So what was supposed to happen this morning, however deep you can get into it, that now is not happening right now?
We're going to talk about some of the, a lot of the narrative is about how Melissa Lucio is innocent, and there's a subtext to this also, which is the politics of what was happening in in Brownsville and in Cameron County 15 years ago, and why Armando Villalobos, the prosecuting attorney, then needed a death sentence, needed a win. So Ed Stapleton, the attorney for Melissa's co-defendant, was going to explain, and he already does in the film, The State of Texas versus Melissa, why there's a disparity between Richard Alvarez, who's equally culpable in the house with whatever happened to Mariah. He got, Robert, thank you, 4 years, and Melissa got death. So I was going to talk about that, and there's a choice been made not to do that. So now I want to just make sure that Dulce and Mark have a chance to share about their experience here and what we've accomplished, and then we're going to keep going.
We felt all along that the family was standing alone. Some of us were shocked to find that there's very few people that were stepping up to help with the family. So we figured that the best thing to do is to try to help out. Get folks to watch the documentary and judge for themselves. Get folks to get onto the website, the link, and get on the petition. And get folks to, if they wanted to follow the instructions, to notify the DA about sitting down and talking with the family about discussing the case itself. So yeah, we approached it with that in mind. We're going to help the family out. We're going to come volunteer and give a little bit of our time and see if we can get the word out. Apparently, it's working. We got word from somebody who works in there who said that the what was the phrase they used, that they're at it again? What was it?
They basically said, "Let me just tell you this before I leave, sir. They are at it again." I mean, what else did we need to be able to say, we're making the difference. We were heard, and we have, we're just following through. I always say, the family standing together is gonna be heard. It's just so much weight. Being united, which is something that we both feel like, hey, it's and supporting the family, and standing here and being heard is gonna be the biggest tool we can have right now. Just showing people to, hey, there's a petition, have people sign it. There's so many things people can do to help, even just an email, a text, thing to spread the word, and we're in the hopes that she will be coming home.
Yeah, that's right. Time served. Precisely.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so that's really, you can see the messages that we put out here. Are you willing to be the innocent person executed? I mean, this is one of the exciting things that we're seeing out in the legislature also here in Texas. More than half of the members of the House of Representatives in Texas have declared, called for a commutation of the sentence and have raised concerns. And every time people have to look at a case like this and realize that a mistake was made, that our system is fallible, that we're human beings, it puts a chink in the armor and furthers the fight to abolish the death penalty altogether. We oppose, I think all of us here oppose the death penalty for any case, in part for some because, like I did, we came to realize that the system is unfair and it treats people differently according to money, race, and politics, and geography. All of those things matter more than the severity of the crime, and that's why this is an important case. It has raised the profile of the problems, the failure of the death penalty as a public policy is shown here. So are you willing to be the innocent person executed? And what if we got it wrong? And what if this person who's never had a chance to grieve for her daughter was able to do so? And what if she had never been coerced into making a quasi-confession? I guess I did it, was how she stopped being browbeat for hours and hours. Anyway, we don't need to go through all of that. Bottom line is we're grateful for everybody watching, and we're glad to be here, and we're going to have announcements later on today about any shifts that may occur in our plans in Austin. Nothing is set yet. It will certainly be in San Antonio tomorrow with the Cesar Chavez March for Justice. There's at least 5 carloads of family members that are coming up from Harlingen to be present in that march, and we're going to keep it moving. So freemelissalucio.org, sign the petition, make a donation, write to, use the letter writing guide to write to members of the Board of Pardons and Paroles. This is not over until the state of Texas says we're not going to execute Melissa Lucio on April 27th. And by the way, the U.S. Supreme Court has smoothed the way for executing people who need to have their pastor in the room with them when they're being killed. That was a hold-up in a few cases. So April 21st is the first scheduled execution in Texas, and there's a bunch more that's going to happen after that. We need to stand up and oppose every single one of them. It's not about the prisoners. It's not about the accused. It's about us and what kind of society and system we're going to lift up. Charles, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I also think that the questions that we're asking, the people that are coming onto this bandwagon, it shows more than reasonable doubt. To myself, it shows that absolutely there was no crime. But again, the doubt, the questions that are not being answered, the type of questions that are being asked, the people are very concerned. And it seems now that we've got the flow of the people on our side. So it's more than just 12 jurors. There's a whole community out here now. And these could have been polled at any time to be jurors. And you've had jurors that have basically retracted what they've said, that they've shown grave concerns. So we've pulled together a jury out here now, and it's basically county. That's right. Dallas, Houston, everybody's coming out, taking a concern to this. So, we're taking it to, again, like Abe said, to the court of public opinion. And that's who they put their cases in front of. When we go in town, the prosecutor, these public, only grown search now.
So, Death Penalty Action is proud to support. We're simply here to do that, to help them with raise awareness and to give people tools to take action. We've been doing, in this case, for well over a year now, in promotion of This versus Melissa, which you can see in many different places. Go to freemelissalucio.org and you can see all the different ways. And a membership in your local public library, it's free. So check that out. And thank you for watching. And join us. And remember, it's not just about this case. It's about a system that allows this to happen. And for every Melissa Lucio out there, we need to keep doing this. And there are many. One of the things that I personally learned in doing this and being deeply involved, sitting at the kitchen table with Melissa's mother and being in this community with people that are here, is recognizing the impact of poverty and the subtext here of power when you have money and politics involved in deciding people's lives. So we need to keep talking about that. I'm feeling really good about this case, but we have so much more to do. So thanks everybody for watching, and more soon. Free Melissa Lucio. What do we want?
Free Melissa Lucio.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Melissa Lucio.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Free Melissa Lucio.
When do we want it?
Now.
Thank you. Back it up.
All right. So there you have it. So Ed Stapleton, for those of you who don't know, Ed Stapleton was defense for Melissa Lucio's husband. And they were co-defendants, Melissa Lucio and Robert Alvarez. So he got 4 years, got death. And they're both equally in the household. And so, yeah, how fair is all that? A lot of questions come up. And what they didn't say is that, there are people that did not want this press conference to happen. The official press conference, they didn't want that to happen. And they are very much in opposition to any opposition to Melissa being freed. They don't want her to be free. So that happened this morning, and John was late. John Lucio was late getting here because he was on the phone with attorneys, and they were telling him, "This is what you can say. This is what you cannot say. Don't talk about this." Basically, it was don't talk about a lot of things. And the prosecution side is not very happy right now. So, um, there are forces out there that want to send at any cost whatsoever. So, even some of the news sounds good right now, it's still not clear, and Melissa's not in the clear right now. That's why with a lot of the things coming out lately, yes, it's been it's good to be optimistic, right? Um, and there goes Louis V. I'm not going to bother him because he doesn't. What they don't care for is when people are harassed. Now he's got police security walking him to his car because he thinks he might get. Now there are stupid people out there, but he already said what he had to say. He said he was going to look into it, so we do appreciate that. We expect he will, and everyone, we will hold him to it. All right, for now, I'm going to call it a day from here, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. And thanks for watching. Please share this. All right, ciao.